right, I'm back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Oh, there we go. Michael's on mute. What's good? What's popping? What's going on, man? We back with another one. About 25, 30 minutes early, but we out here. So I guess the earlier the better, so we can let y'all get some rest and get on to whatever you got going on. But as you know, we got the cook up mock draft Tuesday night. Me and T-Rock in the building. But of course, man, we got to introduce the guest. My man, Alan Seslowsky. There we go. I got it right. Got to hit it on cue. I told T-Rock this morning, I got to get the name right, baby. So my boy, Big AS in the building. How you feeling, Alan? Let us know how you feeling, what's going on, and we glad to have you, man. We appreciate you being here, brother.
Well, how are you feeling about Shador Sanders? You put him in the theme song. I mean, are you still as bullish on him, guys, here? Okay.
Shador Sanders with the rollie and the arm up. Come on, Alan. You know how I feel about my boy, man. So, I hated the draft situation, but it don't matter if you draft the last or you draft the first. You got to get on that field and show him what you could do, and he's going to show him what he could do, Alan. Brock Purdy just got paid, right?
Well, that's true. I mean, it's like saying Will Howard with the role. I mean, it's like, these day three guys. Alan. It's a rough bet, man. It's a rough bet.
Come on, man. It's never a rough bet in Cleveland, man. They praying for anything at quarterback. So if Shador looks half as good, they'll find a way to get him, man. The fans will be screaming for him by week 5. We know that for sure,
Week 5, you're generous. I think it's going to be like by halftime.
I mean, I'll give Flacco a little bit of love, man. You ain't cutting him no flack, I see, huh?
I mean, one interception or pick 6, and here it goes. It's game over. Yeah,
that's true. That for the playoffs. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, but no, he's become such an underdog, Alan. He's a huge favorite of ours now. I didn't even like him in the pre-draft process. I was putting him in the second round. I didn't think he was going to fall to the 5th, but he's gotten so much hate that I'm like, man, fuck all these other people. Yeah. I'm now in the Shador Sanders camp. I want to see him prove all the haters wrong. And Cleveland has been such a shit show. They need all the damn help they can get. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, taking them at like 2-8 in your Superflex draft, second round, 8th pick, like 210. It's going to feel like a steal, right? Because he even fell later than that. I'm with you. I think he's going to be good, actually. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, though, Alan. I'm glad you said where you think he should go, because tonight we're going to get into that, man. So just so we can get the draft and everything put in order, we got our usuals. They probably like, dang, y'all starting early. I see Pops just said, let's get it started. Yeah. So we hit early a little bit, but hopefully we got our tribe with us and they ready to get this draft in. Alan, if you got some people you think want to mock draft and send out the sleeper link, let me know. I can send it to them too. But we will have the audience join us, and we're going to see what these strategies look like. But before we start the draft, before we pick our spots, I always let the guests pick. So I put it in our private chat, the sleeper link.
We're doing this the real way. I like it. Okay.
Pick 1 through 12, Alan. I'm gonna let you pick your vice, right? But I'm gonna give you the layout of the draft. So a while back, I go through this story every week, but a while back I was bored thinking of what to do, what to add to this game to spice it up, Alan. So I said, how do you incorporate the rookies and the vets in one draft? So in our draft, what we do on Tuesdays, called the Marathon Startup. Rounds 1 through 3, you draft only rookies. And in the 4th round, you get to those veterans, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, like that. So just a heads up, if you get to pick 112, you'll get the 101 in an original startup.
Got it.
But if you pick the 101, you'll get that back-to-back pick. You know what I'm saying?
Because the snake continues. It's just that the rules change depending. Okay,
exactly.
I got it. So I saw it said mock draft 15.0. I thought it meant 15.0 PPR, like 15 points.
No. But I will say it's no 3rd round reversal. So because that would make it crazy. But just know that if you want to Ashton Genty, you won't have those key quarterbacks to, break the record or whatever. So I'll let you pick first. You pick your vice and let us know where you at. And Rock, I'll send you the link. So because T-Rock like to pick before the guest, man. This dude is crazy.
Man, that happened one time, and I did that to poor old Pat Fitzmaurice, and it hasn't happened again.
I don't trust him, man.
Okay, so the chat is telling me 1-3, but I disagree here. I'm going to take pick 11.
There you go.
11.
That's the one to do. All right.
Well, I think the link. Have you joined the
I haven't seen the link in the chat.
It's in the private chat.
Yeah, it's not in there. I'm in the private chat.
All right, cool. Let me
just if you want Twitter, DM it to me if it's not coming up.
Yeah, I don't know why it ain't.
Can you just send it by post, Fizz? By the time it gets here, maybe we.
You're right. All right. Well, this just for the
Where are you putting it?
Hold on. I put it in the
Alan, you can't ask him too many questions. It's gonna make his brain fucking.
In the you're putting it in with in the peasant chat where the peasants are.
Man, I'm so
not yet. Here you go.
Don't get me
Here's your
started.
link.
Look, that's why T-Rock was right when he said don't say too much because I didn't copy the draft. Now I got a whole new draft. What the hell is
the first time we ever did this, Alan, Fizz in the chat put a link to a real sleeper league, and then he had to kick everybody.
So look, it's in the chat, but Alan has the 111. It's in the chat.
He put the link to his bank account in there.
No, hell no. Hey, one time, Alan, I put the link to the stream so people could have joined the stream if they wanted to, man. It was on my bad.
Right. Yeah, I took 11. I'm in. I took 11.
Cool. I don't even know which one it is now on my screen. I got to close out all the wrong ones.
Oh man, are you reaching boomer status with like your copy and paste game? I mean, is that?
I have no idea. I have no idea, man, what I got going on in life right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the 101. Man. I'm gonna go to the opposite side of where y'all are. But I do want to say though, Alan, before we get started, because I know you are in 40 leagues, 30-some leagues. I know you say you were trying to tear down some, but I know you haven't had a draft like this. So before we get into it, I asked you during the course of the draft, but what you think so far of hearing those settings? I don't need to know your strategy, so we'll see it. But just incorporating the rookies, like Shedeur Sanders, right? In regular drafts, sometimes I don't know where to take Shedeur because where he's ranked at an ADP and where other veterans are going, it's like, man, do I reach and take him right here? Or is anybody else going to take him? But then when you do it in this draft, it forces you to get a guy like Shedeur. And now you feel comfortable, like, cool, I got him. It's out the way. I can go have fun and do the rest of my draft the way I want to. So what you think about that start with the rookies and then getting into the veterans?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Shedeur goes, right, it's like either you believe in the upside or you don't, right? Like,
yeah.
And then, I mean, if he even just like is declared the starter by like doesn't matter what week, and he gets like the Will Levis treatment, meaning like the rest of the year plus if you have the keys to the car next year, I mean, it's going to be a steal. It's like Davis Mills, right? Like you were so happy to have Davis
Mills.
Mills.
You're throwing out way too many terrible quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I just meant the opportunity. I just meant the opportunity of those guys where they got a full year to say, hey, it's on you. If you roll with it and you're good, that's all I meant. Not like the outcomes, right? Like those guys got a full season to prove that they were the guy, and then they both played themselves into the 101, right? With CJ Stroud or the 102 with Stroud, and obviously Cam Ward. So yeah, and if you don't believe in the upside, if you think like Dylan Gabriel is going to get the shot before him, I mean, then just pass on there. But yeah, I was thinking like I want in all our Superflex drafts, we want one of those top 4 or 5 quarterbacks. So I think that's the most important thing over any rookie pick. So that's why I took the 11 because I'm going to get the 402, right? The 4, isn't that right? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll have.
That's the strategy. I think that you need Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Lamar, Hurts. Like that's such an advantage in these leagues.
I say this. A lot of people, when we first started doing this, we're on draft 15, but a lot of people really thought that was the cheat code. Like, man, it's cheating that you get the rookies and these quarterbacks. But I'll just say what I've learned, Alan, is no cheat code. I think both sides are evenly split the way you want to draft it. And I think the middle is a cheat code, to be honest. Every time I draft in the middle, nobody wants the middle. But every time I look at my team in the middle, I say, man, think I really like this team. You know what I'm saying?
Funny you say that. I was thinking about pick 6 when I started and just saying like, hey, I don't know the format, so you can't get affected by pick 6. You could see the runs happening. You could always like either catch up or start a run. Yeah, 6 and 7 middle seem like, but I didn't want to be out of range of those the quarterbacks really drew me in. Since we're playing this league after what, 500 a man?
Well, no, this is the mock draft. Oh, yeah, me thinking like, hold up, damn, what is the fab on this one?
No. I meant the actual entry.
Oh, yeah.
500
exactly.
person, yeah.
500.
So we need.
It would take me forever to ask for my wife to give me that kind of money to be always be in a league like that.
You have to sell your body. Sell your body.
Well, she's like, this will be the last league you ever get to be in.
You have to do the Thunder Down Under dance, That's right.
Well, we ain't hollered at the chat, man. Let's see what we got going on, Allen, while we wait for this thing to kick off, man. I see the people so used to 7:30. They probably like, hold up, man. What the hell?
Yeah, I screwed up the draft.
It's all good. It's all good, Allen. We're gonna get there, man. But I will say, let's holler at the people, man. Pops in the building said, let's get started. Shimmy is here. He said, Sanders with the rollie. Come on, Shimmy, man. You know how we do, man. Jackson Tribe is here. He's in the building.
Look at that nickname Shimmy has for Allen, though. Did you see that?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Where we at?
Is that like your stage name, Allen? What is that?
That's my adult film name, Seslowsky. I love that. I love that.
Oh, my Lord. We were just talking about Tyreek Hill. That's the new industry he wants to go into.
Oh, is that right? I would rent a porn. I'd pay money for a porn to see Tyreek Hill in it. For sure.
Oh.
Right?
Why would you pay for it? It's 2025, Al. I don't pay for that anymore.
It's crazy because T-Rock said he never heard it. I told him that Tyreek said it. That was what he wanted to do, man.
See,
I mean, that's what I want to do. That's what everyone wants to do.
I'm always in the spreadsheets, and then Fizzle always breaks down the really hard-hitting news, like Stephon Diggs with the pink powder, Tyreek Hill with his new venture.
Pink lemonade, Crystal Light, man. I told you what he had going on, man.
Yeah, what is it? Just like pink yayo, right?
It's something like that, man. It's something like that.
Man, Allen knows all the street names for him too. I don't know what that is.
That's old school. Yayo is old school, right? That's
Come
like
on,
Scarface.
Man. Rock act like he not hip to what's going on, man. This dude always act like the light ain't
man,
on.
I'm just a fish out of water. That's all it is.
You remember Fizz? You remember the rapper from the '90s, Tony Yayo, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. He on DJ Vlad every week. I watch DJ Vlad all the time, man. I got nobody Yayo.
Yeah, nice. So wait, do you T-Rock, do you have a different strategy for this? Do you agree with him? The middle is the best?
Not necessarily. I like either one end or the other, just depending on what my last draft was. So I like having an elite quarterback, or I also like what you'll see it probably transpire in this draft is like a CD Lamb, Puka Nakua, Malik Neighbors stack.
Yeah. Because
our dude Coop, he actually just did 2 episodes ago a breakdown. He looked at I think it was either 50 to 75,000 leagues going all the way back to 2010.
Oh my God.
Looking at where the best spots to draft at, because we always assume the top 3 is the best place to draft in a startup. Not necessarily the case, especially as the years have gone on. If you end up getting a guy like Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, then actually that middle to back end have been just as good. So it just goes to show, wherever you draft, if you just hit on some of the key guys that should be going a lot further up, man, you can win your league. So it's a lot tighter. It's just like the real NFL, anyone can win. So
yeah, the best pick I ever made in since the COVID era startups started, right? I remember I was in the 3rd round of a rookie draft, and I was on the clock deciding between Jalen Hurts and a Superflex and Darrington Evans, right? And that was a real decision in the 3rd round of a rookie.
Darrington Evans.
And I literally was leaning Evans. Darrington I don't think he's in the league anymore. The running back that was on Tennessee. Yeah. I had a friend of mine. Thank God I called him, and I just called him up and I said, what do you think here? Because remember, Carson Wentz was like an MVP candidate at the time,
He was.
guys.
He
right?
was.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to draft a backup quarterback. And he's like, dude, he's like, the upside. He gave me that whole speech. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yep. And I guess that's really the case for Milrow this year, right, guys?
Oh yeah, that's why he's on the thumbnail.
We
We're
love
big
us some
Milrow guys.
Milrow over here, Alan. We love us some Milrow, man.
Yeah. The problem with him, though, sorry, go ahead, Fizz.
Oh no, go ahead.
The problem with him is that if there's like an injury to Sam Darnold in like week 4, like it's Drew Lock is going to start, you know?
Oh, no, Drew Lock
maybe for a half, and then he throws like 2 picks,
Lock.
and then Milrow gets in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah. I mean, we'll see, though. We'll see. It's a very similar story with Milrow and with Jalen Hurts, right? Big school. Yeah. They thought that, they weren't. I mean, it's interesting.
For sure.
I haven't taken a Milrow this year.
Well, we got Slashy in the building, man. 6 Rings is back. My brother's always up in the building. And I say this, Alan, since we got one more team to go, what we'll do, let's draft the second team all together. Let's just draft that last team with all of us to take each turn on the picks.
Well, team 8?
Either one, whatever one get filled in next, we'll just start it with what's available, and then we'll do that last team together.
Okay. Man, I love that logo that Fat Jericho has. That's one of my favorite characters from Gemstones. Baby Billy. You guys watch Righteous Gemstones on HBO?
No. Everyone says I have to watch that. It's amazing, right?
Oh, the show kind of sucks, but they have one amazing character. They have. You ever have a show where it's like one really good character and the rest of it kind of just sucks? That's this show, Righteous Gemstones.
I am going to retweet this link.
Yeah, once we get our last person in, we'll.
There we go.
Okay,
it's a Ravens fan, of course. For the rest,
no, he was already. He just switched teams. So right.
Damn it.
You know what I'm scared about? I'm scared about retweeting it, and then the person doesn't know the rules, though.
Well, I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna break it down.
But they may not be on the stream. You know what I'm saying? Like if I randomly retweet it,
that's true. It's
just gonna be someone in there.
Well, I shared it, so we'll see. What I do, I just yeah, that's a good thing.
Here, well, let me put out the bat signal.
Yes.
They're talking about Addison in the chat. Jordan Addison. Disney. It sounds like he's gonna not even be suspended this year.
Yeah, somebody said DUI and did it happen? Did news come out about that?
No, I don't know. I'm gonna check while we're talking here, but
I didn't hear anything about that. Well, I know about it, but I didn't hear anything about any suspensions coming or.
It says right here, this is from a day ago. Jordan Addison DUI case is set for July 15th. So that's good. You want that.
But this is the crazy part. I heard Rashid Rice might not even suffer anything against the NFL. They just kind of like washing it away. So
yeah, people don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, I mean, he actually hit people. Like Jordan Addison would just sleep. So I don't understand what the hell.
He was found asleep at the wheel though. Was it were the keys in the ignition is really the question here. He's accused of driving under the influence. Yeah, okay, we'll say both are misdemeanors released.
I mean, but I'm saying Addison was asleep. Yeah. Rice hit people and ran away from the scene. Like that sounds 10 times worse than somebody that was asleep.
Allegedly,
I'm just saying.
Allegedly, supposedly.
I'm just saying, man. It sounds all crazy, man. I don't know, man. But you do gotta stay out of trouble, though, man. That's for sure, man. Nice. Man, we gotta get this. I'm about to create a fake account out of that. I think these people so used to 7:30, they went to sleep on us.
Maybe at 7:30 they'll show up.
Well, we started early, hoping that we could be at least 3-4 rounds in. I did cut it down 1 round instead of 13.
It's all.
And
good.
Honestly, if we get to 10 and it look like it's all good, we'll just stop it.
I mean, that's the bulk.
Because that's the meat and potatoes of the stars. Everybody else, you kind of just build it from there.
I screwed you up with the early start time. I insisted.
It's all good. No, you didn't. Because honestly, look, sometimes I want to start early. We just don't because we know everybody got to get home, get themselves together. It's more so for the audience. Me, man, I don't mind starting a little early. So
screw the audience.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Alan, I'd rather just not mock draft and just chat with you, but that's fine.
No, mocking is cool. We're cool. But I hear what you're saying. It's it's something we're doing in the background while
let's just talk more about Darrington Evans. So,
dude, have you made a pick? Like, did you almost? Do you either have a disaster or make a disaster pick like that?
So the only reason why I recognize that name is because I just went back to redo all my hit rates, and I went all the way back to 2019, and I see here Darrington Evans was the 301. He had 0 top 12 seasons, 0 top 24 seasons. The pick right after him, 302, is Jalen Hurts. He's had 4 of each since he's been in the NFL, which is absolutely wild.
What year is it? 19 or 20?
This is 2020 draft class, rookie class. So I'm looking right now. I want to look at some of these first round picks or second round picks. It is.
Yeah. I mean, that's a decision. There was another decision like in that startup that year. I was deciding in the Superflex in round 3 between Leonard Fournette, who was kind of like in his late peak, and Josh Allen. I made the right decision there. To tell you that. But like that was like a hard decision for me. It's like the 306 or whatever it was, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got our extra guy, man. Young Molly joined the chat, man. He's entered the draft. So what we'll
make the pick together.
Yeah, team 4, that'll be our team. We'll just start that up. So
Jalen Milroe for the 104.
For those first time draft, I see Slashy here. Slashy, this is your first time. We appreciate you. Fat Jericho for the flock. I believe these are first time joiners. For those that don't know, this is the marathon draft. So rounds 1 through 3. We draft only rookies. So you won't get your Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen's. None of those picks should happen in the first 3 rounds. Once we get to the 401, that'll be where those guys will be drafted. So kind of get the flow of what you see so far. If you pick the wrong guy, we'll just take it back and then, get you back on track. But
D-Bro's in there talking smack.
I'm over here trying to break it down, man.
Tell him to take a team. Take a team, D-Bro.
Man, we had Brody on here like 3 weeks ago, man. We had him. He probably Brody, man. He always busy, but he was on here 3 weeks ago though.
That garbage team that he drafted.
Oh, I will say I have a shitload of candles now after having him on the stream. Went out and bought a whole bunch. So he definitely set the vibe with that stream. So appreciate you, D-Bro.
All right, well, we can just so we could just get it started. But I will say for those, just a reminder, rounds 1 through 3, only rookies. That 401 is that's when the meat and potatoes get the pot, man. How the hell did my dog break through this gate? I just got up, man. What the hell is going on up in here, man?
Fizz is on complete tilt today.
I'm sitting here like, how my dog get beside me, man? He don't never. What?
Alan, let's see how many things we can ask from Fizz in the stream before he just has a meltdown.
And also, yes, Flock and Flock, it is tight end premium, 2-point tight end premium, brother. So just to let you know, it is some respect put on those receivers' names, man. Tight ends' names. So team 4, what we got with this pick, man? Where y'all going?
I mean, Hunter, right? Or
it is. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say less, man. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, so I say this, Alan. I'll wait. Because I always give away this strategy every time.
Each round, so we're not having to slow the draft down when our team 4 picks. Like each round, we'll rotate who just makes the pick for them.
Well, we knew Travis was like an auto pick. So
right. But I'm saying if we get stuck, we'll be like, okay, this time we default to T-Rock, whatever.
Yeah.
I like that idea, Alan.
Yeah. Are you guys? So Ward did go to. I like that Ward's creeping up a little bit.
Okay. All right. See, I like this crowd, man. We got no mistakes, man. We got a couple people that still like to draft outside, no matter if they heard the rules or not, Alan. They still just go buck wild, man. They just start drafting. Like just imagine you see all these rookies and then you at pick 5, like, oh man, y'all left Jaden Daniels for me? Like, come on, bro.
Right.
You can't be serious, man. So thankfully everybody's tapped in. They know what's going on. We appreciate y'all knowing what's up, man.
Where are you guys at on Luther Burden, by the way? Are you
before the draft? I was a Luther Burden guy. I'm still a Luther Burden guy. It's just a lot of mouths to feed right now in Chicago, man. A lot of mouths to feed.
And hasn't been on the field. You hear the negative coach stuff, That's bad. What's going on there? This is an easy pick, right? Loveland here. The tight ends have to go right here. 1 and 2.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, but I'll just say this. It is tight end premium, so
Like I would much rather have this guy right here. And
Jackson Dart. Hold up, bro. He fell to the what the hell?
Yeah, last I checked, we're doing Superflex, and this guy went in the first round.
Jackson Dart that late. Hold on.
Yeah, people are sleeping. Yeah.
What the hell is going on up in here, man?
the 2 tight ends and Dart probably should have gone earlier.
Well, I
Yeah.
definitely Dart out. I'm not gonna lie. Dart going to the 112. I don't know if D-Bro is still here, but I tell you right now, he probably left the stream after seeing that, man. Because I know 106, he's taking Jackson Dart. Every
No,
But
because he went to the best team possible. So that's why it fell to me. So I'm
You're up.
having a tough time between Golden and Caleb Johnson. But I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I gotta go Caleb Johnson on this one, brother. But I don't want to tell you what to do, man. Maybe that was
I'll
Allen
just
pick. I
do
might
it.
have threw it off.
I know Alan probably likes Golden, so I'll leave him to
Yeah, I
you.
mean-
or Burden.
No, I'm not taking Bird in there. I think that's the mostly obvious.
you know what?
Shit. You know what I could have done?
Hey, y'all, you know what? I didn't even have it. My fault, fellas. I didn't even have us streaming the damn draft, man. Can y'all please excuse your boy, man? I'm all over the place right now. I'm supposed to have us on the screen with the board. Sorry about that.
There you
I
go.
was trying to get the board. There we go. We back, baby. I don't know what your boy got going on, but we back, man.
I could have gone Cam
Been a
Scatterbo,
day.
just the whole New York offense right there too, but that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sorry about that for the viewers, man. Definitely meant to have the board up with us. Less of our faces, more of the draft board, man. So,
But let me ask you this, Alan. Do you think, by week 4, week 8, that the whole, he's not in camp as much, he should be here? Do you think that's going to rear its ugly head, or do you think people just have nothing else better to talk about with Burden?
Oh, with Luther Burden? Well, I think that's a big deal, right? Like we've seen other rookies not, get up to speed because they miss some camp, and that slows their. I mean, in Dynasty, I guess you don't care as much, but he's going in 8th round of best ball drafts, guys. It's like insanity, right? And there's so many other options there. DJ Moore is probably going to be the new Amon-Ra St. Brown type. I think we're in a. I think Burden's in a rough spot. If he's going to do well, it's not going to be on my squad. You have so many injury problems during the season, guys. I mean, why are we looking for them when we're drafting?
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. You hold up, Rock. I gotta show my boy Flock some love because one, he put up there that Mbuka is on the rise and Burden is what we really wanted Mbuka to be. But what we wanted Mbuka is what we want Burden to be. But I'll say this: my boy took Shador Sanders probably higher than we've ever seen on this draft, Rock. I gotta give him up. He's turning up on a Tuesday. Shout out my boy fucking Flock, baby. He's in the building. It's the first time I seen my guy draft. We appreciate you being here for that one, man, because we got to turn up for you at the 205 with Shador. That's the first time I seen that one, Rock.
Is this a Trey Harris spot, guys, for this for our guy here, or Scatterbo?
Well, Rock is going Scatterbo every single time.
All right, I think that's what the drafter would do, right?
Yeah.
They took Hunter in the first round.
I was considering him at the 201. So the fact that he
that's Rock's guy. That's his guy, man. We show him some love on that one.
So everyone, I've heard the Ibuka steam as well, but what do you think that's due to? Is it like Chris Godwin is probably going to start the year on PUP? I mean, what did he get hurt week 3 last year, guys? I mean, it would be.
I say this, Alan. When it comes to Mbuka, I think a lot of people are sleeping on the fact that he's actually a good receiver. All I keep hearing about is he has to wait. He got to wait a year or 2 or 3. Says who?
Right.
I mean, anything can happen, right? Mike Evans is older. Chris Godwin is older and injured. And Mbuka can come in on week 1, man, and have 70 yards and a touchdown. And now we screaming and hollering like, oh, I should have had more. So I think you got to draft talent where the talent is. And if Mbuka is right there, I mean, I get this in trade talks about Mbuka, man. I want to win now. I don't want to wait. Again, I don't see why we feel like we have to wait on this guy. Baker Mayfield has shown us last year he can throw the ball at every single person on that field. And Mbuka, man, he can take off this year, his rookie season. He probably won't give us what we want as his capability of, the best Mbuka we're going to see. But 700, 800 yards ain't far off for him in a good season.
What's good about him too is like even if the season isn't great, he'll get a pass. Like he'll retain his value. So you can cash out on him if you really wanted to for like remember it's similar to JSN a couple years ago. Like even in the offseason after a quote bad season or below expectation, you're still able to get a single first for him. Like at any point. So you pay the 108, you can get back the 108 through 110 next year. Somebody will do that deal.
This is crazy, Alan, because this is the first time I've ever had this at the 101 pick where Shador, Chuck, Mason, maybe Mason Taylor, but this draft looks different. I'm not used to having these guys already gone, man. So maybe the narrative is changing. I don't know, man.
Don't screw this pick up.
Well, I'm gonna get Kyle Williams, man. That's one pick for sure. Can't mess that one up. But
is he a little over? Again, I agree that this is where he should go. You remember it was crazy when the applet had him like buried, but it's like, are we putting too much into a third round receiver? I guess,
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I say this: if you
That's where
betting
I'm
on
taking
Drake May taking a step up, you got to bet on him taking a step up with all the talent around him. So,
yep.
But this is tough right here, Allen. This is tough, man. Because usually would have been Jalen Noel, Terrence Ferguson with the tight end premium, Dylan Sampson we all love, but I think Jack Best has got to be the pick, man. I'm gonna roll with Jack Best.
I don't hate it. But
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna hurt how I draft on the next because now my strategy changed. Even though these rookies, I'm not planning on them impacting my team right away. But
other than Genty, it's like you can't let the guys you take here impact your strategy, right?
No, for sure. But I'm saying when you look at like your team, right? You have, let's just say, if you got Loveland and Warren, now that changes where you want to take running back when the veterans start. Tight end, because now you got two guys that could potentially, at some point be in the top 10 at tight end. So you kind of like change your strategy. So me having these two guys at receiver, they won't change my mind on CeeDee Lamb or Neighbors or nothing like that.
Right.
But
your depth pieces, right? Like instead of taking, Rashid Shaheed or something like that.
Exactly. Yep. So taking back-to-back receivers, now I can take that extra running back that I wasn't going to take because I got a receiver. So,
yeah.
But team 4 after this pick, okay, he took it. What are we going with this one? Is this Jalen Noel right here?
Yeah.
Alan, what are you thinking?
Oh, I was Noel or let's see what the overall.
Noel or Sampson for me.
I mean, it is tight end premium, guys.
I like Ferguson and
give him Ferguson. Screw this team.
This is our team, Alan. In case everything goes wrong, this is our lifeboat.
Yeah, this is the one thing we can brag on. Like, all right, you know what? We all had a hand
Ferguson's the right pick there. Come on.
Yeah, Matt B is always 6 point tight end point passing touchdown, brother. Always PPR, always Superflex, always 6 point passing touchdowns, and always tight end premium when you drafting with us, bro.
I like that you said earlier that Debro took Dart at 6. I think that's the right pick. I think he's onto something there.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all the hype coming out of Kent, bro, and they don't have a choice but to make him their guy, right?
Right.
They
do have Russell Wilson, but start the whole year.
If the Giants are 3-6 or 1-4, right? I mean, it's done. Yeah. It's done. Like they want to get this guy because if they're going to end up in the top 5 again, they need to know that they don't need to take a quarterback, and there's only one way to know.
And let's be honest, Alan. No offense to the coaching staff, but let's just say if Dart isn't as good as we thought in his rookie year, which it's possible because he's a rookie. Maybe they get rid of the coach. Maybe they say, listen, and if they pick a top 5, the coach say, look, I didn't draft Jackson Dart. This ain't my guy, So I think it's still a gamble, but taking him at the 106, 107, bro, is the answer. It's definitely the answer.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't do it. He goes to like the 202, 201 in a lot of drafts that I'm in. I like the Royals pick too, right? Like he's been getting some camp hype.
Well, we've seen what Rock loves another tight end over there in Seattle right now.
I sure do.
Oh, I didn't say. Yeah, I Jalen Royals, the wide receiver in Kansas City, is the one I called out.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Arroyo. My fault.
Not Arroyo. Not Arroyo. Arroyo feels like a bad pick, right? I don't know.
It could be good. It's just like that soccer coach. It could be good. It could be shit. We have no idea what's going to happen in Seattle. Right. They've never really utilized their tight end before, so.
And now they want to run the ball more, so.
They want to do a lot of things.
Dylan
Sampson falling.
Dylan Sampson fell all the way down there. Hold on.
That's because Tykel took fucking Aronde Gadsden in the 309.
It's the cow, man. It's the cow, brother. Ain't Tykel. Come on, Rock.
But hold on. Gadsden's been getting a lot of hype, though,
He's that fucking foot powder if he's making that fucking pick right there. That's exactly what it is. Ooh,
but shout out to my boy Jackson for taking Sampson, man. He got the clip going up on Tuesday. So once Brock made this pick, actually before he made this pick, let me go ahead and get a quick pause in Allen. So just a reminder, this is where we at with it. And I go, you know what? Make your pick, Rob. Make your pick. I'm sorry.
You can keep talking. I need all the time I can get.
All right,
I don't
cool.
know.
So just a reminder for those watching at home, those that are joined, we are done with the rookie part of the draft. You can still incorporate rookies through whatever you have going on in the next couple of rounds. But having to draft them, that part is over with. So rounds 1 through 3, only rookies. Round 4 is where we start to get to where all the stars are born, man. Alan, so far, though, I always like to pause it right here just because, we have guests and this is our first time drafting with them. So far, what you think about the strategies and who you think kind of got it figured out right now?
I'm dominating this draft. I mean, it's clear not. It's I mean, the 2.0 PPR. I mean, really, I think that's where the tight ends. You have to remember, just think about this. If Colston Loveland, I'm not even saying this year, or any Tyler Warren gets 50 catches, that's like 100 PPR catches for a normal receiver. If I told you a receiver was going to get 100 catches, that guy would, 50 catches is not a big bar to clear for these tight ends. 2 PPR, you could make an argument that Warren and Loveland should be picked 2 and 3 in this format.
I want to go that far.
There's an argument there. I'm telling you, there's an argument there. A 2.0 PPR, that tilts the board very hard.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Alan, I feel what you're saying, but I'm in a league that we drafted last year with tight ends had 3 points per catch, and you know what tight ends I had? All the tight ends did shit last year. None of them did nothing, and I was in a
Brock Bowers. You didn't get him.
I didn't get him. I got
he went with like guys. Kelsey Laporta and like
the wrong guy. So I say all that to say tight ends, no matter how many points they get, it's like how many catches do they really get? How many times do they score? How many yards do they get? So it sounds good in theory with the points being high, but man, I went through this last year and it bit me. And being 3 points, I'm thinking tight ends about to go crazy.
No,
and Alan, in this format, I mean, you could get a Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz, even Brenton Strange, or any of those other tight ends.
You can get some later guys.
Or top 12 and get them in the 14th to 18th round later, and they can have similar production. And you don't have to spend that first round capital on them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. But I'm saying you can only.
But we did start it back up just to let y'all know we back on the clock, Rock. But go ahead, Adam. My fault.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you look at like consensus dynasty rankings, like Loveland and Warren are already like tight end 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I mean, if they come out, just think about this. If they go, go ahead.
I was gonna say just to remind you, Alan, Kyle Pitts is coming back, baby. All right, just gotta remind you. But go ahead, finish your talk. I just gotta remind you, man.
If they get like if in a game where they get 5 for 50, I mean, you could say the same thing about running backs, right? Like you get a running back that's Isaiah Pacheco, whoever, right? Like you get a starting running back in round 8. I'm just saying, it's interesting. Listen, that's why you make the PPR. Oh my God, okay, you took Daniels. All right, that's interesting. I was counting you.
Hey, Alan, I'm gonna say this one thing I've learned. We all had those years where you got a 1 year or the first year that you can get a guy at the 101. I think Jaden Daniels is just that year because if he somehow, some way doesn't finish the way he finished last year, he might not be 101 again for a couple of years. So it might, if you can get him at the 101 now, get him because next year it might just be. I mean, 102, 103 is still the same, but I'm just
not
saying,
really. You get 1 pick in the first round. If these startup drafts, you don't get 2 picks.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, next year is probably going to. I'm just saying that he could drop down to where next year is back to Josh Allen, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, and then Daniels. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, the rookie hype is real. Ride that train. And shout out for the flock again, man. For the flock is holding it down. He took Brock Bowers over.
It's the right pick. It's the right pick. I totally agree. I might have even taken Bowers ahead of Hurts. But
hold up, Ali, you talking spicy, man. Hold up, man.
Think about
y'all got the club going up on Tuesday. Come on,
if
man.
Bowers gets how many catches did he have last year, guys? Bowers.
He led all rookies and broke the record.
He broke the record.
Right. So was it 90? Was it 100? What was it?
It was 110.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 210. That's like 220 catches for a wide receiver. I'm not saying he's going to get that again, but say it's 80 catches.
I feel you.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can take him over Hurts, man. That's tough.
He had 112. I was off by 2.
Right. 112. So if I told you a receiver was going to have 224 catches, come on, man.
All right, it's our team's pick, the joint team. Where we at with it? What y'all got going on? Usually, I will say this is I don't know, Rob. What you think? It's been like Bijan Robinson usually around this pick.
I mean, okay, if I was in this spot right now, and it doesn't mean this is what.
Let's let Allen get it. What you got, Allen? We giving you two of these.
I still would take Mahomes here, but I know that that's not like he's probably a drop early, but I would just want a player, a quarterback here. I know is going to be in my lineup every week for the next, half decade or whatever it is.
Let's go Mahomes then. We're going to go Mahomes, baby.
It doesn't feel good to take him because he's been so down for fantasy the last couple of years, but you just throw him in your lineup and you don't ever have to worry about it.
Well, shout out my boy Dragon Chaser for knowing Kyle Pitts overall number 1 tight end overall season is coming, baby. I appreciate you joining in. You know how we get down, man.
Yeah. And by the way, the case for Mahomes is I think that they're going to start airing. I mean, there's a good chance they'll start airing it out again. They have their receivers. They're going to have Rice back. Worthy, Hollywood will be healthy. It's time for Patrick Mahomes to like retake. It's not going to be like a running team again. And there's a case where they're just airing it out. So, all right, man. What are you thinking with your pick coming up, Fizz?
Well, Alan, I was going to say this. Young Marley took this pick, but I'm gonna give you a scenario of what happened before, maybe once to me, and we had Adam on here. And it happened to him. Imagine getting Genty, and on your back-to-back pick, you get Bijan and Jameer Gibbs right here.
It's wild.
That's crazy, right? That actually happened, but I'm just saying that's the advantages of drafting your rookies first and then the veterans next, because that'd never happen if you had those two guys on a roster. You know what I'm saying? So if Young Marley didn't take this pick, I would have definitely done it just to see how I can finesse it and make it work again. So
right. And using your own logic against you, though, you could wait 4 rounds and get Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey.
That's true, too. I mean, but I'm just saying, imagine having the 3 top tight running backs in one draft. That's
again, I only said that to use your own logic against you. But yeah, I mean, it's because that's something that can never happen.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because it's funny, you do see it with receiver, right? Like in leagues that have been around for a while, there's teams like I'm sure you're in leagues where the guy's got Jefferson and Chase, and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. No one has Bijan and Gibbs and who else? And
Genty.
Right.
Yeah. Alan, I got a question for you, because me and Fizz, we like to preach, don't go with the pick that you think you should make. Go with the pick that you're going to hate the least. If you were picking with your heart and not with your head, and you didn't go with Mahomes, who would you have gone with?
Bijan.
Is there someone else that you really wanted to go with?
Bijan.
Because how many times, Alan, have you picked a guy and it's like, man, I'm not sure if I really want to make this pick, and that guy just turns out to be shit? Because you've already seen it before. He's already screwed you before. And yet we feel like so many times we feel like we have to make that pick. Me and Fizz like to preach, do not make that pick that you don't want to make. Exactly. Go with your guy. So
yeah, to add on to that though, because I ain't mean to cut my boy Rocco, but to add on to that, that's how orphan teams are created. Because they drafted players that they didn't want in the first place. And now they look at this team that they know they got to dig out of a hole. And they're like, man, I don't even want this team. I'm out of here.
Right. But that's, again, it's with Mahomes, though, I think that doesn't apply. And again, you're 100% right here. But with Mahomes, at least it doesn't feel good. It feels like reachy on Mahomes, but it's going to feel at some point when you're not in like the pole position to take quarterbacks in a super flex, you do have to reach on one, right? Like Mahomes feels like a reach now, but you'll end up reaching. You guys could pick this one. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors. He's sitting right there. I wouldn't move past Neighbors.
Right. But then you'll have to reach later. And the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna feel to have to reach. You're like, oh, now I have to take Geno 2 rounds ahead of ADB. Like it's just get the pain over with.
Well, I say this, Alec. It depends though. I say this: if you took Bijan and you came back and got
Neighbors,
Herbert or Caleb, and they fell to you, I wouldn't mind that though. That wouldn't have been bad either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, if it was the team,
especially because we so high, like we in the top rounds right now.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with any of these top 12, quarterbacks that's on the list.
Yeah, I think just Mahomes again.
I love Mahomes. I love Mahomes.
Yeah. Look, he's never been cheaper in startups.
Put some respect on his name, Alan. I ain't mad at you, man. Certain players, you just got to put respect on their name, man.
If you get like a Baker Mayfield 2 rounds later, you get, let's say JJ McCarthy breaks out. You could have gotten Bo next. There's so many other quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, you can get 4 rounds later. Would you be surprised if any of those guys outperform Mahomes, who's been he's been like the number 12 quarterback the last like 2.5 seasons?
I didn't even think it was that high. I thought he finished lower than that.
It
has. That's what I'm saying. Like we've seen the absolute floor, and the guy still maintains his value, right? he's a player you could certainly go from Mahomes to get one of those. Let me pick first here. Hang on, guys.
Well, I'm gonna say this while you pick Allen. I look at Shimmy's team, and he did the strategy that I was going to bring up to you earlier when we was doing the rookie drafts. When you get a guy like Cam Ward early, now you kind of set the tone that I don't need to take quarterbacks too high because I have one. But now that he has Herbert and Caleb, he can do whatever he wants with his team. He has his quarterbacks. He even has his backup quarterback. He doesn't even have to take another one for another 8 rounds if he didn't want to. So having that luxury at quarterback in the rookie start, because just imagine if this was 2024 and we had Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Michael Penix. If you got 1 or 2 of those guys in your draft in the rookie part, now you feel like you comfortable later on in the draft. So I think having that luxury of getting Cam Ward early, you kind of set yourself up to say, at least I got my floor at quarterback right now.
Alan, who do you like better, Amon-Ra, Drake, or Ladd?
I still like Amon-Ra, but and his price has fallen because he's hurt, right? Or he's.
But you would rather have London, right?
No, I would go Amon-Ra. I like Amon-Ra. I know it's not the sexy pick.
Well, he telling you that because he want to take London on the next one, Rock. All right, he telling you that because he want to take.
I'm going to be nice. I asked only because I can leave him to you. No, he said he wanted Amon-Ra. You weren't listening.
See, I was trying to trick you. I'm taking Marv. Screw you.
Oh no! I was trying to be nice.
I know. I am not accepting your charity. Not accepting it.
What the hell?
That's the last time I ever do anything nice for you.
You know where nice guys finish, Rock.
Hey, what the hell just happened, man? Hold up.
Hey, do you guys think it can happen though? You think Marv can do what we thought he was going to do last year, or do you think it's
unless fucking what's his face grows 2 inches, it's not going to happen. He could pass over the middle. So.
Right. Well, the good news is that if Kyler, if they end up in the bottom 5, his job's in danger, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been.
You would think so.
Took his team to the playoffs 1 year. I think he won 11-6. He hasn't done shit with the Cardinals since he's been there outside of that 1 year. So
yeah,
I think he's on thin ice.
Yeah,
this upcoming season. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm liking what y'all got going on in the last part of that draft, man. Y'all kind of
see.
So I say this though. The reason why I don't like picking when you pick is because I always end up in the QB hole for no reason when I don't want to. I don't really want to. And hold on.
The QB hoard's dead. It's dead.
Bro, Florida Flock has Bowers and McBride, man. Hold on. He got to get it. Goodness gracious. Come on, Florida Flock, man.
I mean, that could be.
He listening to Allen. Allen is selling him on taking these tight ends, man.
Dude, that could be 400 PPR points to trade catches alone.
Guys, that could be 4,000 PPR.
I mean,
that's crazy
seriously, if they each get 100 catches or 90 catches, I mean, that's. Come on.
I'm just saying, imagine looking at this lineup every week, knowing that, man, can't nobody touch me at tight end. Even if one got hurt, I'm
these
still
guys
better
are like
than
elite
you.
Quarterbacks, like the way they score.
Yeah.
Nah, Florida Flock, shout out to you, brother. We appreciate you being here tonight. And hey, man, you look like you got this strategy figured out a little bit. Oh, hold up, man. What is this dude, Nate? Nate, you in the building? Man, it's a lot of what the hell is going on tonight, man. Hold up, man.
Oh, nice. Oh, Nate List. There he is.
What the hell?
Yes.
What the hell is going on tonight, man?
He gets to take over Team 4.
Yeah, man. You should have
let Nate make this pick.
What y'all got, man? If Nate don't let us know what to pick. What y'all thinking?
I mean,
Bucky.
Okay, that's fair.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, I was thinking AJ Brown, but I would take. By the way, I like Brees ahead of Bucky, but I know that's not. Again, that's.
Oh yeah, I'd rather have AJ. Yeah,
Brown.
Oh, y'all don't think of Jordan Love?
No.
Okay, all right. My bad, brother.
Nobody likes him. He's just the fine guy. That's just. I've tried to preach the love earlier on in the off season. No one gave a shit, so that's fine.
Nah, you're right. That ain't my pick either. I just asked you. Nate
List got a standing ovation. Look, the chat's excited to see him. We're excited to see him.
one thing for sure, I've been in Nate DM like he one of these fine women in the streets, man. I'm trying to get him on the stream, man. He keep blocking me. He got me on mute, man. What's up, Nate?
He's not replying to you. Shame on
nah. Nate, my guy. He always replies to me, but he damn sure ain't never say he was gonna come join me no time soon, man. But shout out Nate, man. One thing I will say,
shame him.
that the people might not know, I got Nate to get a free. He kicked the freestyle for me, so I feel like I got the ups on everybody, man. You know?
Is he good?
Hey, he was fire, man. It was a good 4 bars, man. It was a good 4 bars. You feel me?
Did you record it? I want to hear that.
Here we go. And Mike never aired it. It was in an interview with Mike, but we might got to get that to the streets, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at the QB horde that Ward has.
Yeah,
Rock, you know the right quarterback feel to me, Playboy. I'm feeling good right now.
That's why you don't need to go QB1 in the first 2 rounds. Look at this QB that you got now.
What? I'm gonna say this before I make my pick. I don't have any QBs, and now I'm scared.
You can go back to back.
If I don't take 2, y'all gonna take all of them. So it's kind of pissing me off.
You know the 2 to pick.
Well, I'm getting my 1 for sure, baby. I got to go JJ up in the building.
All right, and go with the stack. Why are you even looking at the other positions? I don't
because
understand.
You know I got love for a lot of other people, man.
Yeah, but you can only choose one, man. You have to
I don't care, Rock. I don't care. I'm breaking all the rules, baby. We going Rome, baby.
Oh my God, you're gonna hate your team by the end of it.
Stones break bones, and we going to Rome, baby. You know how we get down, Rock.
You know what's funny is I'm trying to acquire some Roma Dude.
That's what I'm talking about, Alan.
Yeah, there was a team that needed a quarterback. Season. Yeah, I offered them Darnold and like a pick. They said no. So
absolutely, I would. Darnold sucks, man. No one wants Darnold. No one cares about him.
I mean, he had a good season last year. You just think that was all Vikings related?
I think it's just he's not. No, I think he is decent. Here's the thing: it's just he's not sexy, and so much of
that's what
just the market value for fantasy football is just if you're cool or not. That's why all the people who are going at the top, they got a cool factor to them. They have swag. Darnold does not have any of that.
If Darnold has a few good games in a row, guys, if he has 2 or 3 good games, you think I can get that and Rome starts a little slower, then I should be able to get that trade done?
I'm going to be honest, Alec. I'm buying all the Rome. I'm the wrong person to ask, man. I ain't selling you a Rome. You couldn't send me a Roman pizza. I ain't picking it up right now.
But if Rome has 4 for 43 and then 3 for 27 and then, Darnold has 250 and 2, right? I think you can get the talks going.
I trust the talent, man. I trust.
As someone who has a lot of Roma Dunze, I'm not pivoting to a Sam Darnold type.
Well,
only because there's
you're lying, Rock. You're lying.
There's so many other people that you can get that are. I'd rather have Geno Smith. Okay. I would rather have another quarterback in that same tier that is going to be cheaper and probably produce the same amount, has the same amount of market value. So,
yeah. Here, let's pick.
Oh, it is a team pick. What we got going on? What y'all thinking? We need a quarterback for this team. Jordan Love fell right back to him. Baker Mayfield or Jordan Love?
Or Brock Purdy.
Is there any stacking stuff here? Let's go. Let's just go Jordan Love, top of the ADP queue.
Yeah, we got to put a little bit of respect on Jordan, man.
All right, that's fine.
But shout out to everybody that's here, man. We appreciate y'all being tapped in. If you over there on X, please join us on YouTube, man. Leave that subscribe, man, and let us know that you're here. And every Tuesday night, usually 7:25. We went a little earlier for Allen, but 7:25, 7 o'clock, don't make a difference. Just be here. We send the link out, and you could draft with us and have a good time, man. So just a reminder, we appreciate y'all being here, though.
Baker probably would have been the pick, but we'll just give the
yeah. You gotta put a little bit of respect on Love, man.
Yeah,
I feel like out of nobody respects Love until he goes out there and throws 4 touchdowns for 500 yards. Now we like, oh. And the one thing we know about Green Bay, they do not remove quarterbacks in 5 minutes, right? They keep them 15 years and let them retire and more. So his job could be secure for another 10 years.
Yep.
Green Bay.
I am hoping there's a player that I was almost thinking about taking last round, jumping ADP. If he comes back to me, I'll be excited. I knew it was going to be close, and it was like a 50% chance he comes back to me. So
I'm gonna be honest, Alec. This might be the most
there.
This might be the most conservative quarterback room we've seen, man, because usually
there he is. Damn it.
Quarterbacks are
the Targaryen.
Yeah, I was going to take Trevor Lawrence instead of Marvin Harrison, and you guys would have laughed at me, but it would have been the correct pick because he didn't come back to me.
Now you don't got him, yeah?
Right.
So where you at with Trev this year? Because I told Rock, me and Rock had a top 5 pick of guys that could potentially be there at some point. I said Trev, I believe with Hunter and BTJ, man, I don't see how the odds are against him to get there. You know what I'm saying? If he can stay healthy. What you think about Chilo right now? Alan?
Oh my God, he's mispriced. He should be QB 10, QB 11 in redraft, right? He's going as like QB 19. There's just so much parallel between what we're. Hold on, let me just make my pick here.
Go ahead, I got you.
Yep.
And we saw what his coach did with Baker Mayfield, right? So that even adds even more.
The distressed number 1 overall pick.
For sure.
It's the same situation there. They have the 2 good receivers, the 4th round running back, Bucky Irving. They base their whole strategy, their drafting strategy around Bashal Tutin. Now, so far, it looks ugly for him in camp, but it's so easy to see Travis Etienne being the Rashad White. Bucky, the parallel is Tutin, and then obviously the Bigsby and Sean Tucker comparison. Now, again, it's not the same exact thing.
But it's just, if you ever going to get anything similar, this is it, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a good pick right there with Henry.
I'm even seeing De'Ami Brown trending on Sleeper right now. So that lets you know that all the Jaguars are in favor. Come on, Allen, man. Hold up, man. What the hell, man? Come on.
You don't like Fields?
That damn pick, man. Come on, Allen.
Yeah. Fields, again, is another guy. It should be
break
like
my heart like that, Allen.
Right. Like it's like when Fields plays, he's someone in the chat said Fields over Goff. When Fields plays, what do we know? He's a top 5. Like it, yeah.
Every time. Me and Rock talked about that this morning. He said he forgot he was in the top 5, man.
Yep.
Come on,
and
this is why I don't like picking wet on this side sometimes and not taking quarterbacks, because I knew that was gonna happen, man.
Yeah, Fields also the coach.
That's what you get, Fizz, for not listening.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn said that Fields just killed him every time, right? Like every time they played the Bear. Yeah, Fields and Lawrence are like my super flex quarterbacks. I got to jump an extra round though. I see for
I feel like with Fields, nobody wants him, but then when that season start and we see that game 1 or game 2 where he got 90 yards rushing, 190 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns, people are going to say, I don't know how much Garrett Wilson I won, but I damn sure won Justin Fields.
That's not the case on Underdog, Fizz. He's top 10 quarterback on Underdog, which is crazy. Yeah, well, the redraft circles are very different than the dynasty circles right now.
Well, that's people don't bet on him keeping the job longevity, but I don't think Aaron Glenn is going to put his flag on Justin Fields year 1 and then get rid of him in 1 year. I don't see it, man.
Right. And also remember, best ball is kind of like a two quarterback league, even in single quarterback, because you need 2 or 3 of them, and people are like literally going for the $2 million. And Fields, where you get him, it's like he can literally be the quarterback 1 in fantasy. He has that, and you're getting him at 10. If Josh Allen was at 10, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like I know it's not the exact same thing, but it's just
he's very mispriced
for this team. What y'all thinking for this team? Do we need a running back? Maybe.
We'll just go best player. Let's see. They have the 2. You have the 2 quarterbacks. Yeah. Let's see. Probably running back. Yeah. James Cook is like Chase Brown's probably the right pick, right?
I like Cooks right here, but I'm with you. Whatever one y'all want though.
I like Terry McLaurin.
Early, man. It's up to y'all, but I think
I'm a Terry McLaurin guy.
Okay. I mean, we'll go. Fizz, why don't you take this one? T-Rock will take the next one. I'll take the one after that.
I'm gonna go Cooks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think Fields would have made it back to me. Now I'm looking at how the board went, but damn it, man.
Oh yeah, you had no shot. Like you had.
See, when Fizz wanted to put T-Law as his top 5 breakout, I ended up convincing him on Dak Prescott, and that wasn't hard because he's a Dallas guy.
You ain't convinced me. Come on, Rock, man.
Yeah, now T-Law he's a good bet this year, right? QB. Obviously, if I have him inside my top 10, I don't need to take him there. He's going QB 18, 19. You could take him at 15. It's fine. You know, I mean, and if you're doing the weight on quarterback one, that's the one I'm
My stomach hurts looking at this board, bro. Damn.
Take some Pepto.
I'm gonna be honest. See, this is where I pivot though, Alan, right? Because one thing people forget that this is Dynasty. You don't have to go out there and try to break world records in year 1. We all want to win year 1. But I will be damned if I'm going to reach for Sam Darnold or Geno Smith over what's available, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to panic on quarterback. It is what it is. I failed the mission of quarterback. It's okay.
Do you remember what I said in the beginning of the stream, right? Like, that's why you take Mahomes in round 2 wherever, round 1, the end of round 1. It doesn't feel great, but it feels better than what you're going through right now, especially if you had, like, say, $100. If this was a $100 league or something, you'd be like, damn, I just blew it, you know?
But
You absolutely have to get your 2 quarterbacks in the first 4 rounds. You have to. It doesn't matter where in the first 4 rounds. They have to be somewhere in the first 4 rounds. Because look at after Dak Prescott after 7-12. They're not making it back to the. This would be what is it, 607?
But I will admit though, I still want Rome. Even though I missed the quarterback, I still want Rome. I don't care. I'm just willing to pass. I just suffer for a year. I figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I still want Rome though, because I'm gonna be later on trying to sell my soul to get Rome, and I don't want to do that. So
can't have everything. You got to
have everything, Alan. So I went now. My strategy is just stay young. Figure it out next year. You get a quarterback later. Maybe I get to pick 102 and I get a quarterback in the next class. I'm cool with that too.
It's a long next year. We could all be dead in next year. You know?
You're right. Or you could have the top number 1 team and lose in the playoffs, and now you old and washed up, waiting for the youngest to catch up to you. You know that.
Alan, that's what I say to like my wife and friends like almost every day. I'm like, I could be dead by tomorrow, and it's just like, oh, I'm still here, I guess.
Totally right. We could be in a nuclear war with Iran. I'll be dead.
Rob wake up and say, "What the hell? I'm up."
I know.
What
do you guys think? You guys think World War III has already started? Like we're in it?
I'm gonna be honest, Alan. Hey, Trump.
A conversation with somebody.
Yeah, Trump. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Not to cut you off. The war. We're like,
not to cut you off, but T-Rock definitely didn't do what he said he was going to do. He said tonight, I'm talking to Alan to find out all the bad stuff. I don't want to have no good conversations. I want all the bad Alan tonight. He ain't said one bad question yet, man.
I've just been going with the flow. Terry McLaurin or Chase Brown. Yeah.
You wanted Terry the last round.
Oh, my bad, fellas.
I'm not.
Bad meaning what?
Why do you gotta give the behind the scenes kind of shit,
bro? You say you was gonna tell.
I didn't have to say anything. He brought up World War III.
You're right. Yeah. That's what made me think of it. That's what made me think. He wanted World War III Allen tonight. He ain't want the regular nice sweet Allen. Hey man, no, he wanted Allen.
Alan, you have to check out the last minute of the show from this morning. I gave you a lot of praise. I have a words of wisdom segment, and I talked about how you are the epitome of people don't necessarily always remember what you say, but how you make them feel, and you always make us feel great. The energy that you bring, the vibes, everything, it makes people feel really good about themselves, because there's always so much bullshit, so much people being concerned about this, worried about that, and a lot of times it doesn't end up being that big of a deal in the long run, you know? So the energy, so that's part of the reason why we absolutely love having you on here. But you also too, you know, with all those good things, I absolutely love when you just cut it loose, you just say whatever you feel, and it's authentic and it's genuine. So I love being able just to get you a little bit riled up, ask you some more that like, hey, what's some of the bullshit that's going on in the space right now? What are you sick and tired of? That's the kind of stuff I like to be able to hear from people, because a lot of times it's just very, very positive, and I kind of gets boring after a while. So,
Rock, if I was there, I would blow you. I would literally go. I would blow you. I would do the whole thing. Now that would be a live stream. That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail right there.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. I feel the same way about you guys. Right? You guys, we have a good time here, and I think that the key to all of this stuff is we don't take ourselves too seriously. Right? Like we love fantasy football. We love being right. But we also are able to call out the absurdity and goof on ourselves, which I think is key to this whole thing.
My biggest thing though, Alan, is I know you said we like having a good time, we like being right. But I just think people sometimes forget that this is a part of entertainment too. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to know what number is right, which player to draft. They want to call you out when everything's wrong. But sometimes you gotta just bring a little entertainment in, because if you give me the right answer, but you didn't deliver the message, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather listen to this wrong guy that makes me laugh and had a good time.
Nobody
than this
knows
guy that's
nothing.
right every time, and I don't want to hear it. So
Yeah, well, because
you gotta know how to do both, man.
Yeah, no, you said it exactly right. And the problem is, like, most people, they realize after listening to content for like a year or two, you realize like nobody knows anything, right? Like, especially the ones
That's the thing.
Yeah,
The coaches
Everyone-
get paid millions of dollars and they don't get it right. So what makes you think you got it right, bro? But at least if you sound good telling it to me, I'm all right, cool. I'm gonna listen.
We as fantasy football players have the same hit rate as fucking scouts that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. They scout 4,000 players every damn year, and they ain't no better than we are.
Totally. And yeah, no, it's great. And that's the thing that's always interesting. Like when you're looking on social media, people are saying these things with such conviction, right? Like,
yeah, they believe it, man. They sticking their heart out on it, man. They going out on the limb,
and they never admit immediately after, hey, I was wrong. They don't go back and audit themselves. They don't get better from the mistakes that they make either.
Yeah, I mean, and that's even okay. I just love that they get so defensive when other people call. That's the best part.
For sure.
Like the fantasy receipts account, like it's gone a little like it's less funny than it was. Like it's not. I mean, but the idea was so funny. But not that he would retweet. You know the fantasy receipts account, right? You guys?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they'd retweet high profile or very loudmouth fantasy analysts with there, and then that wasn't like the brilliance of that account. It was the fighting back part of the blocking of the guy.
Yeah, he's been blocking. I've seen plenty of people blocking.
Yeah, and that's the best part.
Hey, Ali, you know what's so funny? When they follow me, I thought I was the man. I'm like, damn, I ain't even made no content yet. They following me.
Right. It was a badge of honor. It was like when like the old time comics used to insult you, or if you're at a roast, right? And like somebody's just ripping you up. It's a badge of honor. Yeah.
I even tagged them one day on my Kyle Pitts take. I said, hold me to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with it, bro. It don't affect me whatsoever.
You're really not anybody until you have haters, right, Alan? That's when you know you made it.
There you go. Like I said, it's I had an old boss one time, T-Rock, he'd say to me, like they would critique me and they would ride my ass, all these things. And they said, when we don't say anything to you, that's when we know that we don't.
That means we don't fuck with you.
Right. Exactly. So
I forgot this is our team, fellas.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
I think we need a running back there. I would just go.
Yeah. Is it Kamara?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So guys, I just want to just pull back to Jalen Waddle. I took him in that last round there. He's like, I think, the best value in like fantasy football this year, right? With what he could potentially, where he was and where he is in his age curve. Like, do you like his upside, or are you bored of him? You're moving on.
A lot of people don't trust him right now. I would say this. It's funny to look at that row of receivers, Allen. DK, Olave, and Waddle are all guys. Maybe not DK as so much, but that is literally Jameson Williams. That's literally like the best ball. Pearsall. That's a best ball lineup if I ever saw one. You know what I'm saying? That receiving court right there with those four, 100%. You could roll the dice each week and not know which player you're going to get.
Right. But that's the whole idea, is like those guys are volatile. Waddle, we've already seen him not be volatile. We've seen him be steady Eddie. Just something went bad with the Dolphins last year, right? And they cannot.
Come on, Shimmy. Jimmy did that on purpose, man, because you knew that was my pick. Now I got to draft right. I got to draft correct to ADP because of you, man. Shimmy your ass off my stream, man. All right.
So Pat is also big on Waddle too this year. And I told him, man, he hasn't done shit the last 2 seasons. He was a wide receiver 34 and the wide receiver 46. And I know that he had a really good rookie season, but he gave the case that, hey, if Tyreek Hill, maybe he starts that new career early, he doesn't even bother with, next year, or they trade his ass, they're going to have no one besides Waddle and Jonnu Smith. But then I heard from Matt Harmon that the reason why the last 2 seasons the Dolphins have really regressed is that too high shell. They have not been able to figure out how to get the ball to either Tyreek or Waddle outside of just deep passes. And I'm like, these guys are like yak machines. Just give them the slant ball and let them go and just turn up field. Apparently they are not really good at doing that. They, for some reason, do not run the slants at a high high enough level with Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well,
So
if they don't do it this year, Mike McDaniel's going to be gone. So they better do it this year. And but that's what I'm saying. We've already seen. I love all the points you just said. Waddle, though, we've seen him do it with down the field, and we've seen him do it with the short passes. And by the way, we also get the Tyreek goes crazy and gets traded thing, and then it's just Waddle's like only game in town, 12 targets off the bus type of stuff.
So this is our pick, fellas.
I mean, another running. What do you guys think?
I like receiver
Sutton.
value here, but I leave it up to y'all.
No, I like
Cortland Sutton is a pick for me, though. That's my guy.
Good one. Do it.
I love me some Cortland Sutton. That would have been my pick if I didn't need a quarterback. I just took Geno because respectfully I should have, but I wanted Cortland Sutton. Keep it 100 with you.
So yeah, Cortland Sutton's another guy that like nobody wants this year, but we know he's good.
Other than me, I want him every draft.
Alan, he's the wide receiver 44 in Dynasty. And he's a wide receiver 1 on what we expect to be one of the better offenses next year with Bo Nix. So
I guess people worried about the aging out thing, and then they have a couple of young guys that people like. That's the case against, right? They have.
One thing we know about Sean Payton, though, he loves his guy, and it seems like Cortland Sutton is his guy. So until I see otherwise, I don't think, because if you notice, Alan, they haven't taken a real threat in the draft, right? They got Pat Bryant, they got some pieces. But until they take a guy to replace Sutton, I'm gonna keep saying that he's the guy.
The only other pass catcher they have that can compete with them is older than him and Evan Ingram. That's it. It ain't gonna be Pat Bryant coming in as a rookie.
And that's another position. So
or Bailey. So
because they had the opportunity to take a receiver in the second round or even high in the third, they didn't. So
Mims had a good finish to the season, right? What do you have? 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games, something like that.
I'm gonna be honest, Adam. A lot of those was Bo Nix closing his eyes and throwing it in the air, but Mims caught him though. They caught him.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying,
remember that Cincinnati game when he caught that 60-yard bomb, and I think he caught another one later, like a 50-yard touchdown. That was a wild game. But
it's almost like, again, this is like a cross sport comparison. Sometimes they throw like a closer out there in baseball, and it works, and then you're like, oh, okay, he kind of got lucky. We don't know, but he got the save. So they just keep throwing him out there. Like, all right, they just threw him up there. It's lucky, but like, oh wait, we uncovered something, right? Like Mims was a player that they drafted in the second round. That was Sean Payton's first pick, right? So I don't know. Again, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay any risky price for him, but it's
for sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm up here. I've been so involved in our conversation. I've just been not been taking focus on this draft. So no
excuses, Alan, man. No excuses, man.
Yep. I need a running back, guys, but I really think when we talk about breakouts, Keon Coleman's one of the guys I'm picking to break out.
There we go, Alan. Yeah, a lot of people don't like him, man. A lot of the guests, even T-Rock ain't feeling, man, my boy Keon right now.
I'll give you the 10-second case in a minute, but you know what I should have done was I shouldn't have taken Evans. I should have taken Swift or Kamara, right? Was that the right direction? Yes. And then I wouldn't have had that problem of too much. But anyway, I guess why not Coleman? We'll start with that, right? T-Rock?
So for me, it has to do with they're not using him right. He played most of his college career in the slot. He performed at a high level in the slot, and they're trying to, force a square peg in a round hole by putting him at X. It's a very different, position, and I think that's the reason why he struggled. I think the best thing that he has for him is what he's able to do with the ball after he gets it, and he's able to shed a lot of tackles. I think he's one of the highest broken tackle rates at wide receiver. But yeah, I think that's just the only thing that's just kind of tough about his situation is they're forcing him to play X just because they have 8 other fucking slot receivers.
Yeah, they do. And then they got Elijah Moore, who doesn't help the situation.
No. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. They have Josh Palmer, who could certainly eat some of the fantasy.
Play X too. Yeah, I think he could be a sacrificial X and just eat up all the stuff downfield. I think if I had to pick a wide receiver on this offense, it's going to be Shakir, but he doesn't offer that much upside. Like, he's at best going to be a top 24 wide receiver, and that's not going to win you the league.
Yeah. The reason I do like Coleman is I got to see the glimpse of it. He had those 2 big games in weeks 6 and 7 before he got hurt in week 8. So go ahead, man. You want to make your pick, T-Rock?
Well, Alan,
it's going to be fucked up anyway.
While Rock makes it, we going to close it out because Alan got to leave in 15. But I will say this, not to brag, but I do feel like I bounced back with getting Stafford and Geno, figuring out my quarterback, man, to get me through a year. So
You save face. You save face.
I definitely saved myself, man.
Your team's not a total disgrace at this point.
And I didn't have to reach because I was going to reach and take Stafford the round before. So the fact that he fell to me then, I feel very good.
I should have just went Mixon. Damn it, Alan. I should have just went fucking Mixon.
I was surprised you didn't actually, but you have enough running backs. You got to save some.
No. You can never have too many. So
to give the audience a heads up, we go through each team breakdown. Allen got to leave at 8:30 tonight, and we actually don't mind leaving at 8:30 with him. We're gonna all close the door and turn the lights off. So we'll just let Allen, since he's the guest, give us.
Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
The best team and the worst team. We don't take no shade on it over here. But for those that are joining for the first time, we do appreciate y'all being here. And next week we will give you team reviews. So if you want a team review, make sure you come back and join us for another draft, man. I ain't mean to cut you off, Allen, but I looked at the time and I know we're getting close to the end. So I just want to let the people know, man. Don't forget hey, we always gonna break down your team next week. This week, we're gonna let Allen tell us the worst and the best. Let him tell him how much my team looks so sexy in the receiver position, baby, and we're gonna get up out of here.
Well, this is the easy one. The worst team is Slashy. Come on, man.
Come on, don't do Slashy like that, man. Hold up.
I just looked at his team, fucking Young and Rodgers. Holy shit!
They ain't feeling you, brother. They ain't feeling you, man.
That's a sore thumb. That's like a sore thumb sticking out at me right here. I mean, come on, Slashy. I mean,
shit, I forgot. This is our pick. Where we at for the last pick of this thing? They need a tight end. Do we just go tight end?
No, you don't have to.
I will. I like Evan Ingram here, bro. I think Evan Ingram is the pick, man. If I had to pick one.
Who's the best at the all?
I like Jacoby Myers.
You can get a tight end like in a round or two. Right, if we were actually doing the whole thing,
I rock with Jacoby. That's my dog.
Yeah,
there we go. What the
I
hell?
think Kincaid might just be, for me, one of the most overrated freaking tight ends. He's another guy. He can't block, and so they throw him out at slot, and then fucking Shakir and all their other receivers play the slot better, so they just have to justify that first round pick by throwing him out there, and it's a tough scene for Kincaid.
All the Bills are pretty cheap this year. They don't even have a receiver that gets drafted in the first 5 rounds of redraft, so.
Yeah, and we were talking about with them being projected 11.5 wins, they're going to have so many scoring opportunities. They're one of the highest EPA teams. I think James Cook, even if he has a regression at touchdowns, him, Allen, Shakir, any of these guys, they're still going to be
Coleman.
Yeah. Oh, Coleman too. Yeah. I forgot about Coleman. Sorry about that. Yeah. Hopefully, this is what I have to hope. Hopefully they look at the tape and they just either help coach him up. Maybe he does learn the X a little bit better. I want to be as positive as possible. I just hate when coaches do that to players and they wonder, it didn't work out. And it's just like, well, yeah, man, he couldn't fucking play that position. Why don't you just look at what he did in college and put him in the best position possible instead of trying to teach him how to cook a whole different cuisine? It's hard as shit. So
that's a good take, man. It's a good take. We're your last. By the way, your last 2 pick, Aaron Jones. He's another one of these underrated running backs, right?
Sure.
That's a good pick there for the last one. But yeah,
so I got us at the bottom. We can go ahead and review the draft right quick. Alan, give us. From looking at the screen, you give us your top 2 teams and then maybe your surprise team that got a chance, that potential to break out that nobody see. And then so just go ahead and close out from there.
I wanted to pick for the flock for the best team, but they really blew it at QB, right? Shador Sanders way ahead of ADP.
Yeah.
And then the Anthony Richardson thing. Now, he may not be the starter, but
he should have gotten Danny Dimes there instead of Anthony Richardson.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this team, Allen, I wish he would have took T-Law falling to him over Bucky Irving. That would have made his team 10 times better to me.
Way better, right? Because the McBride Bowers thing, like that in a double PPR, we've had this discussion already. Like, I think that you need to rethink your life with you guys about this double PPR thing. Like, it's a game changer. So that was the team. That was the surprise because he blew it. Right?
Yeah.
He could have had. You said you don't want me to hold him pulling punches today, right?
No, do you think?
Hey, listen, we go through this every week. What we wanted.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Slashy blew it. For the flock blew it. They had just you know what? I think our team 4 that we didn't care about crushed this draft, guys. But yeah, no, I like, and the shimmy, the quarterback horde. He actually did it the right way, right? He got all guys that have real value. Was able to find a few wide receivers. He's going to be a little thin there, but he should be able to cash out, especially since guys that need quarterback, like he could sell that Kyler Murray. So I'm going to pick Shimmy as the best long-term viable guy.
I'll say this: if Shimmy would have took a Cortland Sutton over Kelsey, that would have stamped it a little bit more for me.
I agree. That's a good call.
I think having a better another receiver over that tight end would have definitely did it for me.
Right. And again, if this is like a dynasty sicko league where there's trading, like it's not just a league that's just gonna just play it like redraft.
Oh yeah, those 3 quarterbacks.
Right, but I'm saying all of those quarterbacks that Shimmy has, those 3, not the rookie, can be traded for like position players that are probably higher value than the quarterbacks.
What do you guys think of J-Mac's team? He's got May and Purdy, solid 2 QBs, top 12 potential with both of them. He's got Jefferson, Wilson, Judy, and Reed. That's a solid wide receiver core. And he's got Hawkinson, who we have no idea who JJ McCarthy is going to prefer. In Hawkinson, he's been like a top 2 tight end multiple years. He just hasn't done it in 2 years, so people forget how good he is. So
that's it. Fizz, you know what's breaking my brain here that, and I'm sure you guys have gone through this in draft 2 and 3, not at draft 15. Is that it's hard to tell which team is good because there's like all the shitty rookies at the top of the draft.
It is. So Alan, I'll admit this, right? The worst thing about this is trying to rank ADP with other people. Because when people start telling me so-and-so gets drafted in such a round, I get so lost in going back to this draft. I'm like, damn, he went in what round? Because I'm used to seeing him on this, this is the only way we draft on Tuesday. So
this is like
the ADP just definitely tilted on after going through these mock drafts every week.
You can't go back to missionary position after you've had like 3 fingers up your ass and like, candle wax on your balls. This is like
it gets all boring. You have to just keep upping the game until the point, you're dead with a, fucking belt around your neck or something.
Exactly. Which, by the way, what a bad way to go. If you're like found, there's always that story of the celebrity found like jerking off with like, just like crazy chain around their neck or something.
Well, look, hey, Alan, I said this earlier to T-Rock. I don't know if you kept up with the Diddy trial, but I told him it's no more no Diddy, man. This guy was a sicko. I don't want to use baby oil. Use coconut oil.
We have banned the no Diddy, Alan, because we say shit like that all the time, and we can't say the no Diddy anymore.
No more no Diddy, man.
That's a good Family Feud question. Who would name a celebrity that died in that manner?
For sure.
So Fizz, what do you think? Who's the best and worst team here?
So I say this, Al. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not even really. I love my team, man. I freaking love my team. I love my receiver room. I know Worthy and Addison are young, but I got my guy CD. I know JJ is unproven, but I'm very, very high on him, as all people who watch us know. Rome, I think, is probably at that next step. I don't think I'm ready to compete this year, but I know as far as winning a championship. But I know having Genty and Gibbs and also putting Lamb and Rome right there with JJ, and now I got the veterans to back me up with Stafford and Geno and Aaron Jones. I love what I put together right there. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably my best 101 team to me.
You saved yourself with those 2 QBs at the back end.
Now, if I didn't have them, I probably would be like, I had to pivot. But
you said that you're not ready to compete this year. By the time you're ready to compete, both of those quarterbacks will be retired, Fizz. What the hell?
Be dead.
I might be able to trade them to one of you guys that need them, and then I could, because I feel like my team is young enough that if you give me a year or 2, it's gonna be over with. If I could somehow manage to get a 102 or 103 with this team, I'm right back in the action. Right. So I'm cool with it. I actually love it. No knock on mine. But let's go to your team, Alan. You are the guest here, man. I want to look at your team because one, now that we've had this draft done, it's complete. Where are you at with how you started off with the rookies? And did that change your style of play, or did you just say, look, I got my rookies out the way, I'm gonna just do what's best available?
Yeah, what you said in the beginning, both of you guys, about Dart should be going around. If this was not a 2 PPR, I agree. Like, I would have taken Dart. This is like the Michael Penix pick from last year, right? Like, everyone's like, oh, he should be at the 202. It's like,
there you go.
No,
Bo Nix, remember Bo Nix in the second.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Same thing. I mean, there's more of a comparison to Penix because like Knicks we knew was going to start, right? Like there was no question. But yeah, you make a good point. Both of those guys went a little bit later than you thought. So, you get Josh Allen, you have the upside of Justin Fields. It's like you almost feel if these are your quarterbacks, like 2 top 5-ish upside guys, that you're making the playoffs, right? So it's just massaging the rest of your roster. I told you that I'm mad I missed out on Trevor Lawrence. I would have much rather had him, but this team is fine. Like it's like make the playoffs. That's all you care about. I never play for next year. I always play for this year, and then you never know what happens.
I say this with your team, Allen.
Yeah.
If Marv hits, you got it.
Yes.
If Marv doesn't, and you could have had St. Brown, then it's like I took one step back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if
I'm
Marv
like the
hits,
seed,
you got it though.
Yep.
And then I'll be like, that's what you get, man, for fucking skipping out on my gift to you.
Yeah, I mean, had this been money,
I like Rock team a lot though, man. I think Rock killed it. I wish he would have taken a receiver over Pacheco, maybe a Godwin or something like that. But
he hasn't even practiced yet. I'm gonna rather have. I'm all on the Amico.
I mean, Pacheco got 3-4 running backs in that backfield now. So
no,
I mean,
oh my god, every backfield has 3 or 4 running backs. Which one of them are taking touches?
That's why you take the receiver, brother. That's why you take the receiver. That's my point. You making it. So
and Henry's is undervalued, even
for sure.
He's the RB17 and startups. Isn't that crazy?
The NFC East room with London and Ladd, man, that's a hell of a stack. And Dart, if Dart can start by week 6, 7, 8, yeah, I like what he put together over there, man. No hate on my brother over there, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
There was Flock was asking a question about Shador.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Flock
about the audience.
Because I got to go back and forth with the screen. You said about Shador?
Yeah, this is what he said.
He said, but about Shador, what do you think? This is low if he starts week 1.
Do you even understand what that means or no? Because I don't.
So I think what he's saying is getting him at the 204
feels
if
early.
he starts week 1, that's a steal.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But Flock, the reason why some of us don't like it is because he's going even later than 204. He's going like 2-9, 2-10.
But he doesn't have that pick, so I see his point.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you want him, go get him, bro. Because I promise you this, I haven't taken him at the 204, but I can live with it if it works out and we bet. A lot of us are taking Jalen Milroe over him, and Milroe doesn't have a chance to start at all in year 1. So what's the difference, right? We always knock Shador on him, this and that. Jalen Milroe chances of starting over Shador Sanders in year 1 are very slim. So if you get Shador and it works out, it's no different from gambling with Milroe. It's just Milroe has the upside of running the ball and, getting us more fantasy points on feet. But it's no guarantee Milroe's going to pan out as a starting quarterback. So
you said it exactly right there. I mean, obviously we all love what he did with the Bowers McBride thing. I mean, I can't say it enough. We've said it 3-4 times. The double PPR. I mean, think about this. Where if somehow magically in this league, Bowers had wide receiver eligibility, right? Let's just say that. Obviously, it's never going to happen. Where would you rank him among wide receivers? So only Bowers and the rest of the wide receivers. He'd be what, wide receiver 3?
And you said in that draft
in our league, right? Our pretend league here. All of a sudden we gave Brock Bowers wide receiver eligibility, but he still has.
Oh, okay. Wide receiver eligibility.
Right. He's wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going CeeDee Lamb always, baby. So
I
would say he'd be 5 for sure, 4 or 5 for sure. Because I would have to put Neighbors there too, man. I think Neighbors is crazy, man. It's
double
so scary.
PPR, double.
I say this though, but he got a new coach, a new OC, so we don't know what's gonna happen, man. Chip Kelly and them like to switch it up a little bit, but the talent wise, he's definitely top 5, 100%.
Yeah, no, you make a good point. The new system and
they drafted Genty, right? They might be running the ball a little bit more. So
you're right, but even you're right. You're saying that it could end up being like 71 receptions for 850 yards
instead of 100.
Exactly. Right. No, that's a good point. You're making a good point.
But who would you rather have, Alan? Would you rather have Bowers and, let's say, Pickens, or would you rather have, say, Malik Neighbors and George Kittle, who scored as many points as Kittle did last year?
The Neighbors and Kittle, right? I mean, that's
so that's just. But no, he's going at the 108 in startups. So I mean, the secret's out. People are putting respect on his name. He broke Jalen Waddle's record. I mean, he is the best tight end we have ever seen. and he scored as many points as Jamar Chase last year. So I think it just depends. Whatever you do at that pick, though, if you're going to go Bowers, just understand what the rest of your team is going to look like, and you just have to be okay with it.
You just said it exactly right. You're always playing catch up, right? At that point, you're like, like the team looks bad.
For sure.
Guys, I like your whole vibe in here. Obviously, I love hanging out with you guys, but I think you figured something out cool with this draft.
That's it, man. Sure. And look, Alan, we definitely appreciate you coming through. For those who need a screenshot, get your screenshot on. Make sure you join us next week. And hey, man, we got big Alan Seslowsky in the building. We appreciate you. We know you got to go, and we don't mind leaving a little bit early. But next week, make sure y'all tune in. We'll be right back here, 7:25. If it ain't early or later, we'll be here no matter what in the kitchen. So, Alan, man, any words for the people before we get up out of here? No, we got to, you got to get on and go.
Stay out of World War III.
Yeah.
And no more no Diddy, man. No more no Diddy, man.
No more no Diddy, right.
We're going to leave off with that one. Rock, anything, brother?
Just thank you, Alan. Appreciate you very, very much. You always make us feel great in this show, and that's the most important thing.
Now, you guys, you make me feel at home, and it's like you guys are. It's like when we hang out, we don't see each other for a couple months. It's like you guys are like we just pick up right where we left off, right?
That's it. That's it.
And that's good friendship right there.
There we go. All right, Alan. Well, we appreciate you, man. Let us get one of them things before you leave, and we're gonna head out, baby. There we go. We out of this thing. Love y'all. See you next week.